third graders, I'm going to go over this week's lessons with you. If you'll go ahead and pull out your packet of work for this week. We've got a cover sheet, and then we've got 5 worksheets to do. These are all review lessons from work that we did earlier this school year. Just some stuff to finish off the school year and help us be ready when you come back next year as 4th graders. Your first worksheet is number 18. It says number 18 down in the corner, and at the top it says proper nouns, abbreviations. An abbreviation, we've learned, is a shortened form of a word, and most abbreviations start with a capital letter and end with a period. And on this particular one, you're going to be matching up at the top. You'll be matching the word with its appropriate abbreviation. I'll give you one of the examples on here. Number 1 has the word boulevard. And over here you have A, B, C, D, and E. You have C-I-R period, B-L-V-D period, A-V-E period, C-T period, and S-T period. Well, we know if we look carefully, the only one that would really work, that would be a shortened form of the word boulevard, which is like a road that you drive on, would be letter B, capital B-L-V-D period. So you're going to do that for the first section. For the second section, you're going to read each pair of abbreviations and fill in the circle next to the abbreviation that is written correctly, remembering that days of the week begin with a capital letter, even if they're abbreviated. Months of the year always begin with a capital letter, even if they are abbreviated. You can look back up here and see how words like boulevard, avenue, street, court, circle, how they are abbreviated and that they actually start with capital letters. Books of the Bible are not 2-letter abbreviations, okay? They spell it out more than that. And like a pastor of a church, he would be Reverend someone, R-E-V period. States have 2-letter abbreviations. Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida. Think of ones that I know right off the top of my head. Tennessee. 2-letter abbreviations, both capital letters, no periods. And then the bottom section of that page, you're going to match again, write the letter of the correct abbreviation for those words, their nouns. So you've got Friday, October, Genesis, which is a book of the Bible, Sunday, and Matthew, which is a book of the Bible. And then you're going to match those up by putting the letters in the right one. So those aren't too hard. All right. Page 19. Possessive nouns, singular. Possessive means ownership. It's showing ownership. It belongs to someone. So if we've got possessive nouns, it's a noun that something belongs to it. And so there's a way you would say those things. So in the top section, you're going to rewrite the phrase using a singular, just one, not plural, just one of the noun, possessive form of the noun. Number 1 says the blades on a fan. So those blades belong to the fan. So that would be fans, blades. Okay? It's one fan. That's singular, F-A-N. And then we add apostrophe S. The apostrophe S shows ownership. So the blades belong to the fan. It's the fan's blades. You'll do the same thing for the presents for Becky. Whose presents are they? Make sure it's apostrophe S. The lunch belonging to Dan. A rake belonging to a farmer. A pie Mrs. Roma has. She has the pie. It's hers. So they'll be like this. And then in the second section, you've got a word at the end of the sentence in parentheses, and you're going to turn it into a possessive noun in the singular form. So number 6 says, the blank leaves turned bright orange and yellow. And the word in parentheses is tree. So in that blank, it would be the tree's leaves. It's one tree, but the leaves belong to the tree. So possessiveness, apostrophe S. This is in the singular form. Singular, apostrophe S. So you'll do that in 6 through 10. Now we're going to go straight over to page 20 because it's basically doing the same thing, only these are plural possessive nouns. It shows ownership, but it's a noun that is more than one. It's plural. So at the top section, just like in the top section on 19, you're going to rewrite each phrase using a plural possessive noun. Stickers belonging to the students. Who has the stickers? Students do. Not just one student, but all of the students. So it would be the students' stickers. Students, more than one, but they belong to the students. The stickers do. So students, stickers, more than one student with an S on the end and an apostrophe after that. Because it's plural, there's already an S there, so you just add an apostrophe. You don't say S apostrophe S, it's just S apostrophe. And that shows ownership. But now, if making a word plural does not have an S on the end, we have words like that. Women, men, children. Those are all the plural forms of woman, man, child. So if you had woman, the women's dress, more than one woman, it would be women. That's plural. So apostrophe S, just like we did when the singular, because we didn't end with an S. Our plural doesn't end with an S. Here our plural ends with an S, so we just add an apostrophe. But if our plural doesn't end with an S, like women, men, children, people, more than one person is people, then you would do apostrophe S. And then words that when you make them plural, you don't add an S to them. We learned about those earlier this year. Words like deer, feet, sheep. They don't have an S on the end. So like a deer, it was the deer's spawn, the deer's baby. I don't know what those are. It belonged to the deer's food, apostrophe S, because you don't make deer plural by adding an S. It's just deer, 1 deer or 10 deer, still deer. So that's how you're going to do the top section 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10, you're going to choose which plural possessive form is correct and underline it. It's plural. Make sure you remember it's plural. So it's going to be a plural word, more than one of something. And how do you make it show ownership, be possessive? Number 6 says the team's players. Well, it's got teams like this, and it has teams like this with the S after, the apostrophe after the S. It's more than one team because it says it's plural, so it's going to be this one with the apostrophe on the end. This would be belonging to one team. This belongs to more than one team. Down at the bottom of that page, it says, write a sentence about a sport and use a plural possessive noun in the sentence. If you do this, you get 5 extra points on your paper. Some of you can use those points. All right, let's see. Go ahead and turn to page 21. This is using commas in a series. We've already learned about this year too. We'll briefly go over it. Commas in a series. A series is a list of 3 or more things, okay? So if you have using commas, like in the first one, in 1 through 5, one of those is right and one of them is wrong. You're going to choose the one that's written the right way. In number 1, the first one is written the right way. Jenny is one of the people, comma, Chrissy, comma, and Sarah watched videos. So you put a comma after the first person and the second person, and you always use a comma before the word and, but then you don't use a comma after the word and. It's in front of the word and you don't use a comma before the rest of the sentence. Watched a video. So basically this sentence is saying Jenny watched a video, Chrissy watched a video, and Sarah watched a video. That's what the commas do for you. They divide things up in a series. So make sure you remember the rule. After each thing, in front of the word and, but not after the word and not after the last item in the series before you finish the sentence. Okay? In the next section, you're going to add commas where they go in those 5 sentences. It says, Yasmin checked out books, videos, and CDs from the library. So we're going to add commas, and the way you do that is you add the little add sign to it. When you add something, Yasmin checked out. What did she check out? She checked out books and videos and CDs from the library. So adding those 2 commas, this sentence says Yasmin checked out books from the library. Yasmin checked out videos from the library. Yasmin checked out CDs from the library. That's where the commas go. And down in 11 and 12, you're going to rewrite the following sentences to use commas in a series. So they've written 3 short sentences that should become 1 long sentence. Cullen wrote a letter. Cullen wrote a story. Cullen wrote an invitation. You don't want to keep saying Cullen wrote over and over. So you're just going to say Cullen wrote 1 time. What did Cullen write? Cullen wrote a letter, comma, a story, comma, and an invitation. Period. Don't forget your periods. So there is where the comma should go. And you'll do the same thing on number 12. Wendy used black markers. Wendy used blue markers. Wendy used red markers. The last 2 pages are the chapter review. And we will get a video for the chapter review later this week because it's going to take longer for me to go over all of it. So this video covers page 18, 19, 20, and 21. And you will get, like I said, you'll get a video later for the chapter 3 review. And that'll be the end of the week. So you guys finish those up, get them done and get them turned in. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.